Hey Aries, welcome to your weekly forecast for June 17th through the 23rd. Got a little bit of an ocean theme going on this week yet again, celebrating the approaching summertime using a cool little mermaid deck. This is a different mermaid deck from last week's, and I'm excited to use it. I'm excited to use all my new decks, but each deck has like a different energy, and this one came out of the box ready to go. Like, I cannot explain. Like it's here, it's ready to talk to us. So I'm excited to use it and to connect with it with you all for the week ahead. Now we're starting off the moon in this we're starting off the week in this full moon energy, Aries. So the full moon is going to be affecting us, the different signs in different ways. And I'm going to get into what the predictions are for Aries as far as what astrologers are saying you guys are going to be experiencing in the new moon energy. But I also want to see what the cards have to say, because sometimes there can be a little bit of a different message or a little extra message. So, there's your Monday, Tuesday, Aries. I told you it was ready to talk. That came flying out. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And at the end, I'm going to pull a money card for you guys, like a money affirmation, finances, because a lot of you have been asking for it. So I'm doing that this week. I'm going to do a money affirmation at the end. All right, my dears. So you guys are kicking off the week. You are beginning the week in High Priestess energy, which makes a lot of sense to me. According to what the astrologers are saying, that a lot of Aries are going to be feeling with the full moon. Now, the full moon is happening the night of the 16th, the early morning hours of the 17th. Okay, so this is like we're starting off the week in that full moon energy. And so according to a lot of the astrology reports and the way that they're breaking down the way that the planets are aligning, it is predicted that for Aries, many Aries are going to feel like they're having to look at what their responsibility are in certain situations. And what I mean by this, you guys, it doesn't mean that you guys are like trouble starters or that you're responsible for the conflicts in your life, but it could be more so where you're seeing ways in which you have permitted certain behaviors. So maybe it's not that like you're starting it or it's your fault, so to speak, quote unquote your fault, but you might be seeing kind of like how you left the door open for certain things, or how somebody was able to get certain things past you, or how you have reacted to certain situations that have later kind of come back and bitten you in the behind, you know? And so High Priestess is very connected with this energy, because High Priestess means that we're having an awakening, our chakras are opening up and aligning, and we're beginning to have better judgment. We're beginning to be able to trust our judgment. Our intuition is guiding us. We're beginning to know how to behave, how to act, how to proceed, how to move forward, what the best course of action is going to be. When the High Priestess shows up, we're completely and totally connecting and aligning with our higher self. Okay, it's a very, very high vibration to be in. Now, I always like to give a little bit of a heads up, a little bit of warning when this comes up, which is that when you are in High Priestess energy, you become very mysterious. You become very magnetic. You become very alluring. So you might even notice that you're getting a lot of attention, or people are like trying to talk to you or step up to you. And some people might begin pursuing you very persistently because they find this energy so alluring. Some of these individuals can be desperately in need of healing, right? They kind of feel that you're in this connected energy, and to them it's like that energy is like almost something addictive for them. So my heads up always that comes in with this card is that you might have people that are really, really persistently pursuing you, to the extent where you're like, wow, this person really has very strong feelings for me, or this person's really into me. But very much like a mermaid, and this is always my example with the High Priestess, and so it's appropriate that we have a mermaid deck. I always say with the High Priestess, when you have these people who are pursuing you so persistently, it's very much like if a sailor was out in the ocean and he spots this magical mermaid, and he's just like so entranced by it, so in love with this mermaid, and he's able to hop in a little rowboat and lower it down and row fast enough to catch up to this mermaid, and even to catch this mermaid. But once he catches this mermaid, he doesn't know what to do with it. He doesn't know what to do with it. What do you do with it? Do you stay out in the middle of the ocean to be near this mermaid and to try to have a life in some kind of weird relationship with this mermaid? How does it work? They can't be on land, you can't be in the water. Are you going to scoop up the mermaid and take it back to land and throw it in an aquarium somewhere at home, or like in a fish tank at home, and hope the mermaid is happy there? They want to be near you because you are straight up magic to them. You are magic to them. But they don't know how to take this magic and incorporate it into a practical everyday life. You're just simply magic, just in the way that you are. They're enthralled by your magic. They're very taken by your magic. But they don't speak magic. They don't know how to be the magic. Do you understand what I'm saying? I hope you understand what I'm saying. So these are, sometimes you gotta have to weed them out and see who really is ready for you, because somebody might be really persistently pursuing you, but they're not ready. They can't handle you at the level where you're at. Okay, so just keep that in mind for some of you, right? Especially those of you who are having a lot of people chasing after you, or who are going to start having through the summer a lot of people chasing after you. Ooh, your Wednesday, Thursday is Queen of Swords. And that right there, my darling, right there really sums up the energies here, right? We already said with this full moon energy, a lot of you are realizing certain ways in which decisions you have made or behaviors you had have contributed to behaviors of others that you're not happy with and you don't want to deal with anymore. So you flat out here have Queen of Swords, right? And some of you are going to have people that don't want to let you go because they're so needy of your amazing energy. And some of you have people who just don't want to let you go on top of that. Queen of Swords is very much a card where you are putting an end to the nonsense. You're like, I don't have time for shenanigans. I don't have time for foolishness. I don't have time for this foolery. Like, I'm not gonna put up with it. When Queen of Swords comes up, you're very clear on where you're headed and where you want to go. And you begin thinning out anybody who's getting in the way of that. It's like, okay, this is where I'm going. This is what my goals are. This is where I'm headed. Are you on board or not? If you're not on board, get out of my way. Get out of my way so I can do what I need to do, so I can go where I need to go. When Queen of Swords comes up, you have a vision. You have a goal. You are tired of being held back. You are tired of being delayed, right? You're headed to where you need to go, and you're not going to risk your accomplishments because other people are making decisions that are pulling you down or sabotaging you or delaying you. So a lot of you midweek, it's going to be a theme of boundaries for you, Aries. There's just certain people and things that you are cutting out, where you're like, I cannot allow this anymore. And for some of you, I feel it's coming up as like a surprise, where you didn't even realize something was bothering you about a person, but someone is saying something. And for some of you, this could be a coworker, it could be a sibling. It's going to be different for different ones of you. But I feel for some of you, like somebody is saying something midweek and it's triggering you a little bit, and it's bringing up a lot of issues to the surface that you didn't realize was bugging you, or that you've been holding on to. And you're like, you know what, which reminds me, which reminds me. So you might be feeling like you have to put somebody in their place. Like somebody's coming at you and maybe like complaining about you in a certain way, but you're having to let them know that, wait a minute, no, like let's not turn this, like, let's be real about the situation here. Let's also look at the situations and the ways in which maybe, this person needs to make some adjustments, or this person is dropping the ball in some way and they're saying you're dropping the ball. Now, guys, especially if this is a coworker, I'm all about boundaries. I'm all about standing up for yourself, but especially if this is a coworker, be cautious how you do it. Don't, like, just whatever you do, don't lose your cool. Try to maintain the professionalism. Maybe say a quick little prayer and ask your angels and guides to help you have the right words so that you can be powerful in your speech, but also to be productive, also to remain professional, to not say anything that is going to be damaging to you down the road, and to keep your cool, right? Because that's very powerful. If somebody can be very stern and very firm but keep their cool, that's much more powerful than somebody who's just going to lose it and go off and tell somebody off. Because the person who goes off and tells somebody off, people are going to say, oh, that person's really emotional, oh, that person's having a bad day. But when you're calm about it and you're like an attorney, like a lawyer, saying a very like clear thing that really can't be argued, that's a lot more intimidating to people sometimes. So ask your angels and guides to help you with that articulation, okay? And you will receive it. If you want a particular angel to call upon, you can ask Archangel Gabriel to come in, because Archangel Gabriel is the angel of messages, of words, of wording, of speech, okay? So he can really come in and help with words. Or Archangel Raguel is also very good for being able to express yourself and to clear conflicts, to clear up misunderstandings. So there you go, my darlings. Your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is Queen of Cups. All right, so this is what I feel like is going to happen. Now, some tarot readers, they get really heavy into the astrology cards, right? So they might say something along the lines of, oh, you have the Queen of Swords, so this is going to be an air sign. And oh, you have the Queen of Cups, and this is going to be a water sign. And for some of you, this can be true. For some of you, maybe you are having interactions with an air sign and a water sign. But the overall energy of it, this is what I feel like is happening for you, Aries. I feel that the beginning of the week, you are having this mental just clarity, this epiphany, where everything is being revealed to you. You're seeing through the BS, you're seeing through all of the crap, you're seeing what needs to be changed, and your intuition is guiding you. Midweek, you're having an opportunity to implement this, to actually carry this through and say, here's what's working for me, here's what's not working for me, bye, and then when you come into the end of the week, the Queen of Cups is also about intuition, so that is increasing. Intuition is going to be an ongoing thing for you, Aries, but Queen of Cups is also about nurturing. And sometimes when Queen of Cups comes up, it's letting you know that you might be so busy going around doing what needs to be done to take care of everybody else that you need to remember to take a moment and take a sip from your cup as well. You're going around filling up that cup and nourishing everybody else with it, giving everybody else sustenance, but you need to remember to take a sip yourself. Okay, that's what Queen of Cups is about. So I feel as you're coming into the end of the week, you're learning to pamper yourself, to nourish yourself, to treat yourself in ways that are going to be healthy for you, that are going to be wholesome, that are going to be regenerating, that are going to be recharging your body, fueling your body, really, really helping you nourish and take care of yourself, heart, mind, body, soul, spirit, in every way there is to be pampered and cared for. You are learning to be more loving towards yourself, which I believe is also a message carrying over from last week. I have a feeling last week's message, I remember kind of touched on that, about how maybe Aries, you need to like be a little gentler with yourself. That's come up a couple of times. And Queen of Cups, is yet again touching on that nurturing of self, that gentleness, that loving energy. You can be firm, and that's the thing about Queen of Cups. She's the queen. She's firm. She's in control, but she's also very nurturing, and she's also very loving. So maybe some of you Aries have had an issue with that in the past, where like, I try to be nice, I try to be loving, and people walk all over me. Well, Queen of Swords is saying you're already getting that imbalance. All of the people who have been takers, you're kicking them to the curb. With Queen of Cups, you're coming into the energy of being able to nurture yourself and being able to be nice to others, being able to be good to others, but also still remaining in control to where you're not getting walked over. So learning that balance between the firmness and the gentleness, okay? We're going to go ahead and take a look at your money affirmation for the week. And guys, I encourage you to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos as well, because some weeks those are going to resonate with you more. Some weeks they might just add a little extra information. I will be doing a full moon video as well. Okay, so you can definitely check that out as well. And it will be up in the next couple of days. But let's go ahead here and see your money affirmation. So you have gratitude, Aries, to work on for the week. And I'm just going to show you the picture before I flip it over and read the affirmation, because I read intuitively, I read by messages. So I encourage you to take a picture of this, a screenshot of this, or pause it or come back to it and see what shapes, what colors, what things are really jumping out at you, so that you're able to just kind of take away some personal messages for yourself. Because when I read cards, I read intuitively, and I also, like, certain times certain things will jump out at me. So I'll just go ahead and tell you what I'm seeing here. Okay, so I am seeing that rose is jumping out at me in the back, and for me, rose is blossoming. It's new blessings coming in. It's like new beauty coming into your life, things that are replacing the old. And then I'm seeing this leaf here that kind of looks to me like it's kind of dead or kind of ready to fall away. So I feel like as we're grateful for what we had and what we're letting go of, keep in mind we're in the full moon energy, and the full moon is a time of release. As we're letting go of the old with gratitude, we're having beautiful new things blooming and coming into our life. So just very quickly, that is something that's jumping out at me. And again, you can just see what's kind of jumping out at you or what's speaking to you. I'm sure if I spend more time, I'm going to see a lot of other stuff, but I'm just going to go ahead and turn it over for your affirmation. Your affirmation for the week, you can say this every single day. You can end the day with it. You can start the day with it. Both. Say it throughout the day if you would like. I am grateful for and appreciate all the abundance I have in my life today. Even if life ain't feeling abundant for you right now, say this. Say this, because this is helping set that energy. It's helping reprogram so that you can call in this energy. All right, my darlings, I thank you so very much for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I thank you so very much for receiving, guys, and I'm wishing you a wonderful week ahead.